My name's Phil, and I have aphasia. But my goal is to talk about other people's stories too. Remember, it's your voice. There's no way around it. The only way to get better is to practice. Now, you don't have to be like me, but you need to be able to talk and listen to other people's stories too. Like this one right here. What do you do back in the day?
Back in the day would depends on what part of the big and day back in day.
The
So
last thing you did.
the last of what? The last
What
year
what
or something.
what 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 is the last thing you did before you had a stroke? What did you do then?
So 3 months before I had the stroke, I just moved out. I got rid of my ex-boyfriend. I
Okay.
kicked him out because we are our rent lease was running up on the October, and he told me, okay, we're gonna look for a place, and I told him, I'm gonna look for a place, but you need to find your own. He's like, what? And I got it, we're done. So I gave him I told him like a month or 2 months. I told him, I go, you need to find a place, just
Not with me.
go get a job,
Oh,
and you need
he
to
didn't
find your
work.
own. He wasn't working,
Uh,
so that was part of the issue. Was he got he lost his job, probably he got fired, but came out to that the letter said some whatever. Yeah, so he lost his job, and he was looking for the same type of job for the same type of salary. And I'm like, just take something, man. I can't do this on my own. We got this place because of our money together was good, but with only mine and with his, I don't know if he had disability or it might have been something else. He had that, um, but yeah. But on the, so anyway, he wasn't doing shit basically,
okay.
and he was very much an asshole, especially towards my daughter, and I was tired of it. And I told him, you know what, I was tired of him yelling at her for stupid shit, like leaving in a piece of a gum rubbish in the back of the truck.
Rubbish.
And
Rubbish.
he walks all the way to the car and yells at him to pick it up. I'm like, open the damn door and throw it your damn self. It's not like you're clean. Frick, just pick up your shit. I'm like, there's other things to get past. There's so many. So he would always find every little thing. And I'm like, and I would get upset because his daughter, she's like 3 or 4 years older than her. She had just graduated from high school. And between him and his mom, they didn't have enough money. So I was taking care of a lot of things.
So you're taking care of a lot of people.
Pretty much, yeah. And when we found, because we lived in that part of Hawaii, it was former military place, so it affected the water because they had the water. It affected our thing, so we got the feds gave us money because of where we live, so that helped to with the. Thank God she had that, so I could make it to the rent. Anyway, so and a lot of shit was going on, so I was stressed because I had to find my strip my credit was fucking good. I had money in the side, but I had to use everything, and now I had to do what I had to do to survive.
What
And
was your, sorry, go ahead.
oh no, so yeah, so that was a lot of the stress that I was with that, and I was a lot of stress with life and having to do things. So that's what. So when I finally moved, I got to find a place, and so if he'd always like, oh, can I come over and talk to you? I'm like, God, bro, no. My daughter hates you. I don't want her in the same room with my child. And so yeah, just stuff shit like that. I'm like, oh my God. So anyway, so I went to a lot. I would still go to my AA meetings. I needed it. So I did a lot of that, and I worked a lot because of my job. So I was a grant coordinator. So I worked for
What?
a nonprofit, a grant coordinator.
Oh, what is
So
that?
we asked for money. We asked for money from the state, for the government, and private people. So
Oh, okay.
so
Cool.
because I work for a nonprofit organization, and
Okay.
they help. Yeah, so it helps family. So
That's
we have
cool.
like, yeah, so that's the money. I've been doing that for years. I've been doing that stuff. I used to be an executive assistant for many years.
Nice.
So, and yeah, so I was there for a long time. So, but yeah, I worked so, because I loved my job. I really did, but I would stay up to like 1 or 2 in the morning because we had deadlines. So we just had something. So I had a stroke on a Sunday. So on Friday was the last day. We turned in something. So by like, I think 3 o'clock, we were, that's when we had to turn it online. We have to submit things online by 3 o'clock. And I'm the
Mhm.
fastest. People were late doing what they needed to do, but I'm the quickest one. So I'm the last one. I was the last one to looking at something. Then it's like, okay, we can do it now. So that's the kind of stuff I used to do. So, but yeah, so I was working before that week. I was working like probably 1 in the morning, like for the few days before that. I
Oh,
go to work. Then I have to be at work by like 6 because we have things we got to do. So so that's the kind of work I used to do. I worked a lot, but I had to deal with that.
so
And I had to deal with, so, and then I have a stroke. Too much stress. And I picked up a second job to do DoorDash.
dash. Wow.
So I tried to do it. So I picked up a second job doing that. So I just started doing that I think in December. I picked up the thing. I needed to do what I needed to do. So I decided I'm going to
Mhm.
start it after Christmas. I'll start doing it. So I started doing that January 1st or January 2nd. I started doing, and just within a week, I had a stroke. I'm like, okay. So I was just, I already had high blood pressure already. So so it wasn't, I'm not surprised that I had a stroke. So yeah, so it's going to be a heart attack or a stroke. So
No, you better than the one and the other because the other one's dead. So
yeah, because I found out when I was going to the doctors, they were looking at my stuff, and they're like, you had strokes before, right? I'm like, what? Did I? She goes, didn't it hurt? And I'm like, I'm used to pain, but I'm like, I used to smoke crack, right? So
uh,
I told him not only that, but I was very high. I can handle pain, physically pain. I just had to handle it. So then when they told me I had strokes, I go, yeah, I think you had a couple of strokes already in there.
but
I'm like,
strokes is
oh,
a stroke. It's not a mini stroke. It's a stroke. A stroke is a stroke. Is a stroke.
not a stroke. I'm sorry, not a stroke. Heart attack.
Oh,
Heart attack.
a
I
heart
had a
attack.
couple of heart
Heart attack.
attacks.
Oh, that's even worse.
Right. So I had some heart attacks.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like,
Heart attack. Wow.
okay. I thought it was just because I drink a lot of Diet Coke and drink a lot of coffee. So I'm like, maybe that's why my chest was hurting because of that.
Wow.
So I put myself through life and I put my body through it. So yeah, so I'm like, hey, that's why with the anger thing, I gotta calm down because I don't want to go through another stroke.
How are
I
you doing
don't.
now?
Okay.
We'll leave it at
I'm
that.
better. I'm better. And I'm trying to as far as with the teenager, that's another thing already. So but so we yell, or I'll just say I yell, and she's like, Mom, why are you gonna yell? And I go, I'm not yelling, I'm just talking loud. Mom, you're always yelling at me. I go, I'm just talking loud so you can hear. Mom, like, whatever. I'm the mom. Just shut up and listen. So, but yeah, so but yeah, I put myself through my body because everything. I'm always in stress. I was anger, and yeah. So
You love doing your 8 a meetings too, like a lot. You still talk to your 8 a meetings and stuff.
my AA meetings,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good. That's good. Um, yeah, my life's not that. Only thing that I did. Well, first of all, I had a lot of jobs. I was a DJ.
Oh.
I used to live. I was a DJ. I used to metal. But the one thing I did, and I found what I was doing is that, in fact, I used tablets and phones for people. So basically, I did tablets and phone for people who didn't have money. So
Mm.
that's did wow. And I was very good at it because a lot of people didn't know that there's programs where there were programs like that for Obama
Hmm.
or something like this, and you got if you didn't have if you have food stamps or you have disability stuff like this, you would
Hmm.
get good funds for that. But and I was really good at it because I would look out of the box and people are saying, did you know that people can get tablets of phone for free? If you know, because a lot of people know they didn't figure out where to find the information, and I said found it out. So it wasn't people. It wasn't on the streets. I was going to people and uh, people who like say like 40 people in a nursing home. I had them phones for them too, and then I was really good at it. And then
I think we had that program because we had shelters where I worked at.
yeah,
So they had free phones.
yeah, that's what I did. I
That's
loved
what
it.
it is. Oh, okay.
I loved it. One of my friends, he still does stuff now, but I don't do it now. Um, but yeah, that's what I did, and my life was pretty good. I mean, it was getting better. Like first, I was, I wasn't doing stuff my mom wanted me to do because I just was listening a lot of times. But I was saying it would have been better if I'd have got home and get my shit straightened up. But I want to be on my own. I didn't want to be there, and I want to be in Dayton, Ohio for the rest of my life. But
Mm.
all of my friends, they left. I was like, it's time to go. And all my friends in different places, from Texas to Los Angeles, were saying, come in here and get your life together. And I was ready to go. I really was go. And I never thought, I didn't say, nope, I guess that was enough for that. So, yeah, it was now, yeah, that was it. I didn't, that was, I finally, no one wanted to talk about other people. That made sense to me. I can help people, even though all my friends will laugh. Like I help people, but I might not like you sometimes, but I'll help you. That's the way I am. Like I'll be helpful if I feel like I'm helping people. I like that, but I don't like. Sometimes people didn't like people. I don't like people sometimes because I know they're evil or just not listening. So it was a weird thing. Like I was like I might laugh at you, but I'll help you because I don't know. It was weird. I'm a weird kid. Anyway, ta what do you want to do now? Do you think you're gonna be able to get a job again?
As far as the type of job I should do, I wouldn't be able to because I can't be in meetings. I can't understand. I have to um I'd have to people to repeat things many times if in the meetings, and I have to sit by. I have to see your face. I have to watch your move. I have to watch their mouth so I can understand what they're saying. And that was even when I was volunteering at my old job, and I I had such I couldn't understand. I'm like sitting right by her, and I'm like, okay, there's other stuff going on. Somebody's talking down the hall, and I can't understand because somebody else was talking way over there. I need quiet to understand, at least even try to understand. So right now where I'm at, I wouldn't be able to do that same job.
But okay,
You
that's
know,
that's good. But you have hope to do that, right? Sooner or later.
they told me, when they get better, then if I can get a job, they said, yeah, they of course they want me back.
Well, that's good. So at
Yeah.
least you have
So
something to look forward to.
yeah, so I told because I'm like, if there's some kind of like, even if it just give me like a project where I don't have to talk with people, I think I'd be fine because I used to do my thing. One of the things I used to do was the policies and procedures. So I put everything together. That was my thing. And when after I had a stroke and I wasn't going back, somebody who took over, they kind of messed up the system. So they told me, they're like, hey, Liz, can you do me a favor? Can you check to see what's going on? And I'm like, sure. Because I told them my brain still works. I just can't
We
say
know.
it,
We know.
you know. And so so they showed me what's going on. And I looked at them like in a second. I knew exactly what they did wrong. And I'm like, I'm like, I can't explain it, but just come sit by me right now. Come, let's look. So we looked by the computer and I showed them things. I'm like, can you understand what I'm showing you? Because I'm not saying the right words. I might say bitch instead of something else. I'll bite the wrong. So we sat there and I tried to explain it as much as I could, but I had to ask her show. So, but if it was something like that, I'm like, oh yeah, I knew exactly what to do. And I go, if I don't come back, then you guys know what to do. And I tell you what they did wrong. So
It says
and they're
everybody.
like, yeah, I'd say they were afraid to tell them. I go, just tell them exactly what they did wrong. So people need to teach. Yeah, but people like that, and I go, well, tell them tough shit. This is what it worked. I was doing
Yeah.
it for 20 years ago. I know why it works. So I'm like, oh my god, people. So what if they
Real quick,
get pissed off?
real
They
quick,
want
I'm
to
saying
get
this.
paid, right? Fuck
I'm gonna
it.
say
They
this
want to
real
get.
quick.
Oh, sorry.
No, listen, everybody, whoever finally listens one of our podcasts, or not a podcast, or we're doing for YouTube stuff, we could work if we know we can do stuff. Just get it help to. It may be sense for you, but not saying like we can work if you can do. It's hard. It's hard because I know what it is saying like I know how to do this, but it's easier for me to do it than talk you how to do it. Like I do something like well now that I got better. It's just saying I know how to do this myself, but talk to somebody else and understand them talking to them. It's like my words won't. It's better to do. Here you go, and that sucks. So I want
Yeah.
people. We want a job. Why would we not want a job? We want to get to be self not disciplined. We need to be
Self-sufficient.
self-sufficient. Self-sufficient. Well, whatever that word I said.
You get money in your bank. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, even though that everything is fine on my end, I'd rather. Well, this is why I'm doing stuff with YouTube stuff, and hopefully that sooner or later people like saying like listen there's money for this but I'm not a lot of money. I just want it better for myself and other people too, but there's nothing wrong with having money too. Like
Right.
there's no wrong like just because the thing is for me I'm not working at McDonald's or Burger King ever. First of all, I don't work at McDonald's like this, and second of all because the money we make it's like the little money we get for having a stroke and stuff like this. There's not this little money saying so. I this money and work for for the rest of my life. I would not work. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to do something that's helpful, helpful. So that's why I
Mhm.
do what I do now because also I have the time to do this. I mean, like you have a kid and all this stuff and everything else doing. This is what I do. So to me, this is my goal. Like it's like saying like I need to do this or do nothing. So let's see how this
Yeah.
works, and hopefully, I think I think sooner or later, positive abilities will happen presented to me at a good time to do that stuff. Like seeing for Angie or Brain Friends, that's her
Mm-hmm.
stuff with her speech teacher. And and she had a job doing that kind of stuff. So I think whenever you're doing stuff for anybody else, I think if you put yourself out there and opportunities will present yourself. But if you do nothing, you'll sit in the box and do nothing for the rest of your life. I
Yeah.
believe that. Like, listen, you want to have a job. See, so you have something to get better because you want to do that. Other people just said, "No, I'm going to do nothing the rest of my life." Then nothing means nothing.
Yeah. I got to use my brain. I need to use it because I have a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, and just the problem is I just can't get it out. So but I get better for as for typing.
That's
Yeah,
great.
typing or writing things, I'm better about that. So, but it's very but how it works out being at home because my daughter can go to her school is all her class were online, so she didn't have to go anywhere. So and it's required that an adult is with the kids going to the school. So and I'm here. So she could go to school because it was hard for being in school. She's got a lot of stuff going on. So it's hard for her to be in a school, like physically. So it works out that we do it online. So yeah, so everything, I'm like, okay, well, everything's working out how it's working right now. So,
Would
but
you?
yeah, I do stuff. Yeah.
Would you? For anybody else, we're going to talk about this. Would would you would you what would you say to other people? Not that let's never get it and go get a gun. Like, do you have something to talk to other people saying, listen, like yes, I can say yes, never give up. Let's get going. But like you know what I mean? I'm saying for me, I think for me, I was saying for other people, like, listen, like I said before, if you want to figure out how to do something better in life again, you gotta remember for other people to listen, your life is gone. That's life is gone. You gotta figure out how to do it better some other way or do nothing. Because that's what's going to happen to other people, unless you have a lot of money to do that stuff. But other than that, I think the
Mhm.
fact that like, and I don't know this for myself, but well, not myself, for other people, a lot of people are older, like 70s and 80s, because they had a stroke, and it's I want for us our age to say, listen, there's still stuff to do. But we gotta find it ourselves. I don't think.
Mhm.
What would you say?
Yeah, no, because yes, because we're actually still young.
Yeah,
You know, we're not retired day, retire age. So, but yeah, so we have a chance to. What I think is like for people like with our situation with aphasia or whatever, we there's always something to improve with something. You know, I found out I have to have friends. I have to have people in my life. I found there are some friends. I
I'm a
don't want to
friend.
say they lost friends,
I'm a friend.
but yeah, I know, and I have new friends, right? Oh, and I was watching something about Lolly, Lionel. Oh my God, Lionel Richie. I was watching something. But anyway, I'll tell you about it
Richie.
later.
I
So,
love Lionel Richie again.
yeah. So, but we have friends, so that's why we have this group because we have to. Because loneliness is a bullshit, man. To be loneliness, it can mess with your brain, with your mind, when you're lonely, right? Um, so that's why I'm grateful we have those groups for the Zoom, you know, and there's different type of aphasia groups too. So that was cool. So but we just gotta if the ones there might some people I don't really talk to because I don't, for whatever reason, I don't talk with those people as much as I used to. But it is what it is. But I have to find people like the, what do you call it? Like the herd. There's like a herd thing, right? We have a group. We have to have a herd. There's another word. The herd instinct. Herd instinct. Is that what it is? We have to be our group. We have to be people like us. So we have to survive.
Now remember, subscribe, please.